Hi Jackson Jaguars, Miss Sevenau here. I'm going to try to help you write a TBEAR paragraph from home because you can do it, okay? As you know, TBEAR stands for topic, bridge, evidence, analysis, and you're going to have a couple or three of those. And then the R at the end of TBEAR is restate, relate, or reflect because you don't want to leave your reader hanging. So I think you remember all that, but I'm just going to show you a paragraph I wrote real quick so you can see, and we can talk about each of the parts, and you can see how they all flow together, okay? I wrote a paragraph on self-isolation. You probably know a little bit about that by now, as do I. And there are pros and cons to it for sure, so we're just going to discuss a couple of those. Remember your topic, you want to hook your reader. You don't want to bore them straight out of the gate. You want to hook them, and you can hook them in all kinds of ways, and I've chosen to hook them with a question. So I wrote, how many times have you been at school and thought to yourself, man, I wish I were at home? Do you remember those days? Now you might be on the couch thinking, man, I wish I were at school. At least I hope you do, because I know I do. And there have been plenty of times where your teachers used to think that as well. Man, I wish I were at home. But anyways, off topic. How many times have you been at school and thought to yourself, man, I wish I were at home? That's my hook. You're probably a little interested now. Your bridge is going to back up that hook a little bit just to give a little bit more information of where the author is going. So I've written, thanks to the coronavirus, we get to do just that. So this definitely sets the scene for the rest of my paragraph. Now we have to start proving what we have set up here. Proving that staying at home has pros and cons. I started with my first evidence saying staying at home is harder than I thought it would be. Isn't that the truth? That is my first piece of evidence. It's just stating a fact for me. It's my fact. The days feel incredibly long and repetitive. That's my first analysis. That's definitely explaining why staying at home is harder than I thought. Those days are long and seem a little bit repetitive. That's kind of hard for me. So this is backing that up. My analysis is backing up my evidence. Then I have another piece of evidence that's stating I feel frustrated that I cannot hang out with my friends at all, ever. And I have to tell you, I added more detail to this evidence just to make it a little bit more emphatic. If you notice, I said, I feel frustrated that I cannot hang out with my friends. I added at all, ever, for a little emphasis, a little oomph. And even though I did that, I still have to back that up with more analysis. So I said, I am truly missing laughing with the people I love on a daily basis. And I could have stopped there, but I still want to do a little bit more because your analyses can have more than one sentence, as can your evidence. So I added a little bit more by just saying, my bucket is not full. So both of these sentences right here completely refer back to feeling frustrated that I cannot hang out with my friends at all, ever. Okay? So again, we have evidence, analysis, and we have one more. Okay? Let me get it up high here for you. I decided for my third evidence that I would go a little bit more on the positive side, at least positive for a mom. On a positive note, my house is cleaner than it has ever been. I'm backing that up by saying I find myself cleaning things that are already clean just for something to do. And so this is explaining why my house is cleaner than it has ever been. Because honestly, I'm cleaning all day, every day. At least it feels like it. It's very satisfying though. Okay, so those are my three evidence, my three analyses. Now I gotta wrap this baby up without leaving my reader hanging, okay? So I ended by saying, even though I know how important it is to stay isolated, I'm anxious for the day we can all be together again. And that gives you kind of a finality to that paragraph, doesn't it? It really has thought all the way through the beginning and end, all about self-isolation. I don't ramble about other things. I don't add too much detail. I've paid attention to always back up all of my statements that I make, and those are my analyses. So again, I have my topic, I have my bridge, I have evidence analysis 3 times. And then I have my restate, relate, or reflect. And that is about one day we'll all be together again. So I hope that has helped you. Little reminder, a little overview of what a TBEAR paragraph should look like, sound like. I hope that makes sense to you. And go get them now. It's your turn.